Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and one thing you may not know is that I live in the southeast part of the United States, around the Charlotte area, and it's one of the worst parts in the United States for allergies. And I've never been an allergy sufferer, I've never had most of those issues that other people have that have allergies until I moved here. And I think that's mostly due to pollen and other things in the air. It pretty much rains pollen from about March to May of every single year. And it's severe enough that it coats everything in yellow. If you wash your car, the same evening, a couple hours later, it will be coated in yellow. It's that heavy of a pollen. And one thing I started to do is look at air filters for my house inside, maybe to take care of some of those issues. And at the exact same time, strangely enough, Molekule reached out to me and asked me if they could send me one of these and maybe sponsor a video and see if it would help. So I said, okay, so let's take a look. I received the package, and it comes just like you would expect, and setting it up is about as easy as it gets. You open the box, remove everything, attach the plug, and plug it in. You start using it right away after a few easy steps, or you can connect it to an app on your iPhone or Android and get more detail about what's going on when you need to change filters and things like that. It goes through an initialization process and then starts filtering air. When it comes to air filters, they all seem the same to me, but this one is a little bit different. Actually, it's a lot different. From a design perspective, it's beautiful, and I would compare it to an Apple product or call Molekule the Apple of air filters. The difference with Molekule starts with the type of filtration. Instead of using HEPA filters like just about everything else on the market, it uses a patented filter technology called Pico that doesn't just trap what's in the air, but actually destroys it. Molekule works in 4 steps. First, the air is sucked in at the bottom. Then in step 2, it goes through a pre-filter which removes larger particles such as dust, pet dander, and allergens. Once we reach step 3, a chemical reaction is created when a nanoparticle-coated filter is activated by light. It then breaks down harmful pollutants to their most basic molecular components on the level of billionths of an inch. Then in step 4, out comes fresh, pure, clean air. Now, I've been using this for 2 weeks in my bedroom. It filters up to 600 square foot per Molekule device, and it turns on and off as needed. You just leave it in auto and it will do what it needs to do. The first few days, there's a peculiar smell that's actually coming out of it, and they do warn you about this and tell you about it in the manual. And it's not much of a deal. Actually, it clears after a few days and it doesn't smell at all. Now, it doesn't emit any ozone or anything like that, and it's just pure air coming out. Now, the sound when it's on auto isn't very loud, and it's kind of a nice background white noise when you sleep, so it doesn't bother you. It just is nice and quiet, but it's there. Now, if you want it to be silent, you can silence it using their silent mode, or you can also use the boost mode to help maintain air quality, maybe when you're dusting or cleaning your home. The app provides detail about the life of your filters, and Molekule does offer a replacement program, which is $129 per year and comes with 4 pre-filters and 2 nano filters. They're pretty simple to change. You just turn the top of this and it pops up, and you can pull out the nano filter and then slide out the pre-filter at the bottom. When you're done, slide them back in place, push it down, twist it clockwise to lock it in place. It does its initialization, and you're done. After using Molekule for a couple of weeks, I've noticed a big difference when I wake up every morning. Every morning I'm no longer stuffy, and I don't need to blow my nose right away. It is definitely a big difference. I tried different filters in my house, things for the central air or forced air system. None of that seemed to work as much as Molekule does. So that definitely is something I'm thankful for. It works really well. There are a couple negative things. I actually like the white noise that it has in the background that I mentioned earlier, but the noise may bother some people, so you can turn it to silent and you won't hear it at all. Now, one of the other things is after a couple of days, the smell that initially is there goes away. However, there is a slight smell. If you have a strong sense of smell like I do, there's a slight smell in the air when this is running. It's not an unpleasant smell. The air smells fresh and clean, but it is there, so it's something you can notice if you have that strong sense of smell. The other thing is, if you want to move it around a lot, it does cover 600 square feet, so I leave it in my bedroom and it takes care of that area. But if you want to move it around, it has this handy little strap, but it is 18 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. It's nothing that will just tip over easily, so it's nice and sturdy, but it's something to note if you do want to move it around. It's not light. The other thing is it's fairly expensive, although there are alternatives that are around the exact same price, some more, some less. And this one actually kills things in the air. It doesn't just filter them out, so it makes a big difference, I think, as far as the purity of the air or the cleanness of the air. I haven't had any issues whatsoever. So there's not really much negative to say about it. It's definitely something I can recommend and think you should at least check it out. I'll link it in the description below so you can check it out for yourself and see if it works for you. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and like. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.